Hey, what's up everybody? genralblak here, coming at you with a new video. Today we're going to focus on Freehold, and the key level completed was a 14. So right off the bat, we're going to start with pulling these three groups right here at the beginning. Once they're down, we'll take the obelisk, kite it to the boss area, pop out, take care of this group. Try to avoid the pat. You don't really need it, it's only X's count. Engage the boss, and once the boss goes down, we'll take the solo ad and kite that across the bridge. Once we get over here, we're going to get a majority of our percent in this area, not that guy. All here, rats and everything, not that guy. And this group, these two monkeys, here, 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 and the crusher. Make sure when the crusher is passing by to get him at some point. We'll engage, don't forget this little group. Don't want to pull that during the boss fight. Then we'll engage the boss, take that down, and then we're going to make our way over to this obelisk. And we'll kite this guy over to the third boss. And we'll drop it right here. Go ahead, once you take care of this, someone start the RP, and while the RP is going, you'll just want to engage this group right here. Once that is clear, we'll do Turtle Man, boss, and then we're gonna take this obelisk. Let me take this guy across the bridge, kite it to right here, this porch and or deck area. And once you take that down, we'll do Harlan with the spider, and that'll count for everything. Short on a little bit of percent. Let me see what I missed. Nope, that should be everything. What's going to count, this right here, this gnome, these three right here, will count towards your percent when you engage these groups. They always pull when I grab them. Even if it's not enough, you could just pull one of these these crushers right here, and that'll give you close enough. And that's it. Alright, here we go guys. We're gonna start off with these three groups, but I'm just gonna pull two right now. The Iron Tide Enforcer tosses you around the map, so I want to make sure that I stabilize my aggro first. And also, I don't want to stress the healer out, so I'm gonna wait for these guys to go a little more down in health. And when I feel comfortable, I'll go over here and pull this group. I know some groups like to pull all three at once, then pop heroism or something like that. They do go down really fast, but there's no need to get creative with this group. Just gotta be a little mindful of sanguine because it's a sanguine week. Some backpedaling just to keep the mobs ahead of the sanguine. And I'm gonna drag them over here a little close to the obelisk just so that I'm ready to click on that pillar. Now, a word of advice for any DPS that are watching, always wait for your tank to be the first one to cast onto the pillar. You don't want to go in there without a tank and then get owned by whatever obelisk is there. And I'm going to take Urgroth all the way to the first boss room, and as I kite it up there, I'm going to throw some spells, some consecration, judgments, and shields. If, you know, whatever other tank, the warrior with heroic throw, just to ensure that I have aggro as I make my way up there. DPS will target these if you kite them, and it's okay, but just make sure that you have aggro so that it doesn't turn around and take one of your DPS or your healer down. That'd be the worst thing to happen. And I'm just gonna let it catch up to me a little bit. And slowly backpedal onto the next group. Hopefully there's no patrol there. The The patrol isn't a big issue. It's a little more extra damage. And thankfully it doesn't look like it's there. I don't think it was moving in that direction. We'll see right now. Pop out of this. Alright, cool. It's not even there at all. But like I was saying, the patrol's not that serious. If you pull it, it'll just add a little extra to the count. But I would say the damage is a little more, so maybe pop a cooldown if you need to. Otherwise, these 4 right here are super easy. The Enforcer, since there's 2 of them, they're just gonna toss you around like a football. And I'm gonna keep them over here on the far end, away from where I'm gonna be tanking the boss, just because of Sanguine again. And I'm gonna pull the boss and I'm gonna tank it around this ridge area. I'll just move back and forth in case the bird decides to spit on me. But if not, I'll just be good to stay here. The only other time I'd have to move is to dodge the bird if it charges. Otherwise, I just keep an eye out for the heal. I think it's something brew that Crag will cast. Just keep an eye for that heal, interrupt it immediately. It's not a big heal, but you don't want to necessarily have a tick go off. And there's the bird, safe. And I got the little ring of corruption. My stacks aren't. I went up to about 8 stacks. Not that bad. It might pop up again. And the bird right behind me. And he's about to go down. What I forgot to do was pop drums. On this first one, I'll always do that. But he's already going down. It's not tyrannical again, so it's not that big of an issue. But I would normally pop drums on this boss. And that is that. And I'm gonna just pause a little, wait for that to run off. I don't want to be too hasty because one time I did pull that and it just ate up time. And I'm gonna slowly kite the Enforcer. Oh, there it is, the toss. And just like the Obelisk, I'm gonna throw some spells just to keep aggro. But I'm gonna kite this guy across the bridge to the next area. Now, a majority of our count for the dungeon is going to be in this little area up ahead. And the important mob we want to keep an eye on is the Irontide Horseman. As you see, I put a skull on it because I want the DPS to focus that down. And the spell, Sea Spout, is what I want to focus on interrupting at all times. I don't necessarily trust my DPS to interrupt the mobs, since most DPS just like to focus on the meters. I'll make sure that I stay on that the Sea Spout cast, and every time just interrupt it. The other mob is the Cutwater Duelist. Be careful of where it's going to charge, because if it charges through you, it will knock you down. And if it catches you at the bad time, for example, the Horseman is casting, you'll miss it and the cast will go off, and you know, it just leads from one thing to the other. You don't want to have that. And I'm gonna pull the rat pat is right there, so I'm gonna get that real quick. Oh, got that guy on accident. I'm gonna get that pack. So now I got both rat groups. And I got rooted. Luckily I have Blessing of Freedom. There we go. This is an easy one. They're just gonna fall quickly. Thankfully the little rats don't drop Sanguine. just keep moving. Every time the rat trap goes off, I'm just gonna reposition myself to stay ahead of it. There's no reason to get caught in it. Oh, that got pulled on accident. Grab the horseman, mark it, and just keep an eye out for that sea cast. There we go. And just pull back. And when these guys drop a little more in health, I'm gonna move to the next group, but I'm gonna wait a little bit. Alright, I think there we a little more. Get that. That's what I wanted to wait for. Kind of wanted it to die, but also I knew that the sea spout was about to come off. So I wanted to ensure that I got that before I pulled this over here. And establish a little aggro. And I'm eyeing the other guy. Gonna throw a spell. And here we go. Give him a marker. And just focus him down. All this right here is very easy trash to pull. The only thing is to just keep the horseman silenced and watch out for the duelist dash, and you'll be good. I prefer pulling this over anything else later on in the dungeon. And I'm just gonna slowly kite this around the big pillar right here. And this group in particular, I'm gonna use a body pull only. I don't do any spells, no AoE, because I don't want to pull those neutral mobs. They're only Exis mobs, so I don't need them. A simple body pull takes care of this. And as these slowly go down, I'm gonna eye the next horseman, look for him. Oh, to that quest. Alright, there we go. Mark them and I'm focused on them. There's the duelist dash, move away, interrupt that. And there we go. And that'll be the last group of this area before we make our way into the second boss room. And the obelisk, don't worry about it for now. We're gonna come back to that after we've taken the second boss down. Oh, someone left the dog up. Let me talk to this little guy, get the key, and then go open the cage. As you can see, DPS is too focused on meters to do the dungeon mechanics. Alright, mount up and make our way down here. I'm gonna pull the two monkeys and then the group on the left side. And the brine scale is gonna be my focus. The water bolts do hurt, and the frost blast is my main focus of interruption. Right there, the frost blast. It's an AoE triangle sort of attack, and I don't want that to go off, especially if, you know, someone's walking by. It'll hurt them as well. And I'm gonna look up. There's the other group. I'm gonna give it a second, and there. Once he goes down, I'm gonna pull this guy. Do my best to interrupt the brine scales. This time there's two of them, so I want to interrupt as much as I can. And get that interrupt. And this guy, there we go. Get that one too. And interrupt him again. And you see, I mean, obviously this is easy with the paladin tank. If, you know, even if I had the warrior or my death knight, I just do the best that I can to keep those guys silenced. DPS helping out with silences too is amazing. And we're gonna pull one more group before we engage the boss. Make sure these guys go down, because I want to keep Sanguine over here. I don't want it to spread out. This little group of neutrals. I wouldn't want this to be pulled on accident during the boss fight. Obviously they go down fast, but you know, if they come at you during the fight and they drop Sanguine, for example, that wouldn't be good. And then we're gonna engage. Eudora is always the main focus. Whenever she is an enemy, always your main focus. And we pop drums as well. That way she can just go down fast. And whenever you're fighting Captain Raul, he should always be the last one to go down. Eudora is always first, and Captain Raul is always last in any combination that this boss fight is set up. And I'm just gonna move around, kind of, there we go, readying myself for the next AoE fire that she does. But she went down really fast, so that really didn't matter. And this guy's easy. Just watch out for his ground AoE attack, the barrel smash. Dude, you don't have to be in it. Melee DPS should also not be attacking the boss during that mode. I know they don't usually care, but during Tyrannical, that barrel smash does hurt. It can two-shot you. And I'm gonna try to help out with the barrel. They got out, that's good. And then just keep my distance. He's about to go down. Now, once this guy goes down, I'm not gonna run to the obelisk just yet. I'm gonna start moving over here, because I'm gonna grab 2 more groups. This right here. The left one first. And then once these guys go down a little more, I'll grab the right one. Also, because I don't want the giant that's over there just looking dumb. I don't need that, it's extra %, so I'm gonna wait for him to pad away. Alright, they're about to go down, and here we go. Gonna get this one. These groups are easy, there's really not a focus on a mob here. They're not threatening. But I am gonna slowly kite them backwards just to get myself near the obelisk. He's going down. Hopefully the sanguine doesn't catch him. He's good. If there's nothing important to interrupt or CC, you could always get the going bananas channel. It's not that serious in damage, but it doesn't hurt to just stop the monkey from doing it. And then we're gonna do the entropic. Now with every entropic, no matter what dungeon I am running, I want to establish solid aggro on the flesh fiends. Just because DPS will go crazy on them, and the debuff that they put, which is tear flesh, should only be on me as the tank, never the DPS. If it starts to split onto other people in the group, that's only extra damage that your healer has to put up with. So I make sure that aggro is well established, even sometimes waiting until they just go down and then I kite. And for here, we're gonna take this guy into the Sharkman room. Who knows if the fear will go off? Yep, there it is. And we'll just get him right here. We'll drop him. And we'll start the RP. Since the RP takes 1 minute, we're gonna go clear some trash. There's no reason to waste the whole minute just standing around. Alright, that's going, and over here I'm going to grab this big guy, the Crusher, and I'm going to try to get the caster. Oh, that was bad. That's not the caster. But there we go, now I have him on my eyes. Taunt that guy, and just, again, make sure to keep the blast on interrupt and any other cast that he might throw out. Get aggro there again, and then just slowly backpedal just for the sanguine. And this group goes down easy. Amazing. DPS just takes it down. It's been a good group of DPS. Oh, he healed a little bit. It's not that serious, just a little bit of a heal. And alright, we're gonna go ahead and do the pig boss. Probably one of the more challenging bosses out of the ones in this dungeon. Let's see who gets it last. One more, come on. And, oh, got it. The lucky golden ticket. Alright, this kind of sucks. We have to wait just a couple seconds for the turtle man to come down. And the only thing left is going to be the slime obelisk and the spider one. No more trash after this. Since this is fortified, be mindful the turtle man does hurt, so be ready to pop a cooldown if you need to. Hopefully my healer stays on top of the heals right now. Just kind of out of nowhere, he just hits fast and hard. And just be careful of the turtles, the turtle shells. They don't hurt, but they're there. Don't let them knock you back. Oh, there we go. See, chunk of health. And oh, right. Even with the cooldown, he still hits me too hard. Yeah, at least he's almost down. And then we can just put up with Sharkman. Some more RP. That's probably the most time killer in this dungeon, is the roleplay timer. If it wasn't for this, we'd finish this dungeon much faster. And we're not going to have time warp here. Even on Tyrannical, I would prefer to always use time warp, heroism, or drums on the first boss and the second boss. Sharkman and Harlan Sweetie aren't that much of a problem, so you don't really need any drums or hero on them. And I'm just going to keep an eye on where he throws the sharks. I always want to keep the boss positioned away from them because I wouldn't want the sharks to chase the melee. Because then they're going to be more focused on running away than DPSing the boss. And sometimes the melee will just DPS the boss while the shark bites them, and you wouldn't want that. Oh shoot. Now that is not ideal. Should have watched my position there. That could have been an accidental pull on that group. Maybe one more step and they would have aggroed onto me. And he's already about halfway. Then again, it's not tyrannical, so this one falls quick. Oh, and one detail that I forgot to note. You don't want to get close to the edge of the arena. Because I believe if you step onto what is the wood or out of bounds, the audience is going to throw food at you. I don't know if it's food or meat, but it does hurt. It takes a good chunk of health out of you. So make sure that you stay away from the outer part of the arena. Oh, kind of close right there. I'd have to get a little closer to the outside to get hit from the audience. Alright, he goes down. I'm probably gonna regret using this horse spell, but out of laziness to mount, we're gonna do the Defiled Spire. This is my least favorite obelisk, and I'm gonna stick around a little bit just to help out with some CC. Get off a stun there, interrupt that. It helps reduce the damage going out so the healer doesn't stress too much. And also just, you know, I have a lot of CC, the Avenger Shield proc, so why not? This guy does suck. He attacks too fast, moves too fast, and he has the tentacles. And now we're just gonna kite to the last boss. And just again, slowly throwing out some spells here and there just to maintain aggro. And I have no more Crusader Horse. And he's probably going to catch up to me. So I'm just going to keep throwing out some damage here. If I'm lucky, he won't touch me, but look, he's just honing in so fast. And I have no way to get out of his range. Alright. Hopefully DPS doesn't take him down too fast. We still have to get him to the location. Alright, we're good. We're gonna drop him down right here next to this obelisk. Easy enough. 9 minutes on the clock, plenty of time. Percent is taken care of. And I'm gonna stay over here a little bit because I wanna interrupt the spider. The spider always lets off 2 casts. There's one. Hopefully they get the next one. I don't know if that was me or them, but the point is to just get it over here quickly. And I'm gonna position in this little corner. Once I'm set, I'm gonna go ahead and do the drums. It's about to go down, so that was easy. And just get the lingering cast. I don't want that on any casters, especially my healer. And just taking this boss from here. A lot of health, but it's easy. Just watch out for the bombs. Hopefully none of the melee drop them near me. I guess we'll see right now. Another bomb is gonna come right now. See what they do. Alright, I'm still good. So while we just wait, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content. I'll be releasing a video on every dungeon. And any comments, please leave them down below. I will always reply. And another bombs is about to come. Let's see. I always like to... yeah, there we go. Melee kind of trapped me in right there. And that's why I was just waiting. That way I could move. Because when melee returns, they're not going to have space. So I need to be in an open area. And we're going to get another bombs. And I'm going to go over here. Even though there's fire, I know that it's about to disappear. The previous fire goes away when the new fire pops up. And he's about to go down. It's probably going to be a 2-key. There we go. Easy peasy. New weekly best and 2-key. +2. Alright. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and I look forward to seeing you guys for the next dungeon.